Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus now in New York to attend the 80th session of United Nations General Assembly. Interim government making extensive preparations for a free, fair and peaceful national parliamentary election in first half of February, says Chief Advisor in meeting with U.S. Special Envoy for South and Central Asia. Chief Advisor urges young people to build 30 clubs aiming to change the world. Testimonies of seizure list witnesses begins against Sheikh Hasina and two others in case of crimes against humanity committed during July mass uprising. Government would extend all-out cooperation to ensure that media can function independently in upcoming national parliamentary elections, says Information and Broadcasting Advisor. Election Commission commences dialogues with stakeholders ahead of national parliamentary elections on September 28. In celebration of Sharodiyo Durga Puja, idol-making work underway at Puja Mandaps across the country, extensive security measures taken. BTV's popular program Notun Kuri returning in a new format. Auditions begin tomorrow at the regional level. More 26 Palestinians killed in Gaza in Israeli attacks in 24 hours. France recognizes Palestine as a state. And Bangladesh national women's cricket team now in Sri Lanka to participate in ICC Women's ODI World Cup. Assalamu alaikum viewers, I'm Tanzila Manar Sultana welcoming you all to News at 10. You have just heard the headlines, now moving on to news in details. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus attended the inaugural session of the United Nations General Assembly at the UN headquarters in New York on Tuesday morning local time. He was accompanied by Energy Advisor Faisal Kabir Khan, Foreign Advisor Tawhid Hussain and Law Advisor Asif Nazrul. Prior to the session, the Chief Advisor met with Uruguayan Foreign Minister Mario Lubetkin, former Chilean President Michelle Bachelet and World Bank President Ajay Banga. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus urged the young people to build 30 clubs aiming to change the world. He said these while delivering his keynote speech at UN high-level site event on social business, youth and technology at UN headquarters in New York on Monday. Professor Yunus also emphasized the Zero Waste and called for being a part of the UN Secretary General's Zero Waste initiative. He said, "This is not a dream, it is already becoming reality." The Chief Advisor said a 30 person commits to living sustainably, minimizing waste and embracing social entrepreneurship. While they strive to contribute nothing to global warming, nothing to wealth inequality and nothing to unemployment. He said, as more join this movement, these clubs grow into 30 families, 30 villages, 30 cities and one day a 30 world. It starts with a single step, but together those steps can change the world, he added. Professor Yunus said he has always believed this forum is more than a place for speeches, it is a place for inspiration. He said if we join hands harnessing the power of social business, the energy of youth and the potential of technology, we can untangle even the most complex global crises. Let us become the architects of a new wave, a world built on justice, sustainability and hope. A world where our collective dreams ignite a new dawn for all of humanity, he added. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus said the interim government is making comprehensive preparations to ensure a free, fair and peaceful general election in the first half of February. The chief advisor made these remarks during a meeting in New York with Sergio Gore, the U.S. Special Envoy for South and Central Asia, and the U.S. Ambassador designate to India on Monday local time. Sergio Gore commended the chief advisor's leadership and reiterated the United States' willingness to support the country's efforts. During the meeting, the two sides discussed a wide range of bilateral and regional issues, including trade, South Asian regional cooperation, the revival of CERC, the Rohingya crisis, and the proliferation of disinformation targeting Dhaka. The chief advisor said continued U.S. support for more than 1 million Rohingya refugees currently residing in camps in Cox's Bazar. In response, the U.S. official said that their life-saving aid for the Rohingyas would continue. Professor Yunus noted that the interim government has intensified efforts to revive CERC, which has not held a summit in over a decade. He also expressed Bangladesh's interest in joining ASEAN, stating that integration with Southeast Asian economics could significantly accelerate the country's development. Additionally, he emphasized the importance of strengthening economic ties with landlocked Nepal and Bhutan, as well as with India's 7 northeastern states. Meanwhile, IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva met Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus at the UN headquarters in New York on Monday local time. Besides Queen Mathilde of Belgium and former British Prime Minister Gordon Brown, met Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus on the sidelines of an event at the UN headquarters in New York. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus has expressed his deep condolences to the family of Bangladeshi origin New York police officer Didarul Islam, who was killed in a gun attack. Didarul Islam's family members met with the Chief Advisor at a New York hotel on Monday night local time. At the time, the Chief Advisor presented a crest to the family members as a tribute to Didarul Islam. Father of Didarul Islam, Muhammad Abdurrab, and mother Minara Begum, along with his family members, the Chief Advisor's entourage, National Citizens Party NCP member Secretary Akhtar Hussain, and first Senior Joint Member Secretary Dr. Tasneem Zara were present. Didarul Islam was shot dead by a gunman on Park Avenue in Manhattan, New York on July 28. The interim government of Bangladesh in statement today expresses its deep regret over the troubling incident that occurred on Monday in New York, in which Bangladesh Nationalist Party BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, along with National Citizens Party NCP leaders Akhtar Hussain and Tasneem Zara, were subjected to a targeted and politically motivated assault. The statement said the attack was allegedly carried out by affiliates and supporters of the ousted autocrat Sheikh Hasina. This reprehensible act is a stark and painful reminder of the toxic and violent political culture that flourished under Hasina's regime, a legacy the interim government is firmly committed to dismantling in order to build a peaceful, democratic and inclusive Bangladesh. In anticipation of potential security risk during the visit of the Chief Advisor and accompanying political leaders, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs had coordinated a series of precautionary security measures. The statement said one individual has already been apprehended centering the attack incident in New York, and a formal investigation into the matter is currently underway. As a result of this incident, security measures for the Chief Advisor and all members of the official delegation have been significantly reinforced. The interim government remains in close and continuous coordination with U.S. federal and local law enforcement agencies to ensure the safety and dignity of its representatives abroad. The interim government reiterates its unwavering commitment to upholding democratic principles and the rule of law both at home and abroad. The statement said acts of political violence and intimidation, whether within Bangladesh or beyond its borders, will not be tolerated and will be met with appropriate legal and diplomatic responses. Testimonies from seizure list witnesses have begun today in the crimes against humanity case filed over the July-August uprising against former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and two others. Testimonies from general witnesses in the case concluded yesterday. International Crimes Tribunal 1, led by Chairman Justice Muhammad Ghulam Murtuja Mujumdar, commenced the testimony of seizure list witnesses this morning. In the first half of the day, the tribunal recorded statements from Syed Shahid Zubair Lawrence, an official of CID's Forensic Department, and ASI Kamrul Islam from DMP's Wireless Unit. Earlier yesterday, Sabrina Afroz Sebonti, sister of martyr Mahmoud Rahman Shoikat of Mohammadpur, gave her deposition as the last general witness in the case. With this, the prosecution completed the testimony of general witnesses. The International Crimes Tribunal has so far recorded testimonies from a total of 49 witnesses in the case. Meanwhile, the tribunal continues the fourth day of witness examination in the case over the burning of 6 bodies in Ashulia during the July movement. The tribunal granted time until 22nd of October to complete the investigation in the Uttara murder case filed over the July-August uprising against former Dhaka North Mayor Atikul Islam and 20 others. It also allowed 2 more months to complete the probe into the Sylhet journalist Torab murder case. Earlier in the morning, former IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamoon and 23 others, including former Mayor Atikul Islam and former Cox's Bazar lawmaker Abdur Rahman Bodi, were produced before the tribunal. Finance advisor Dr. Saleuddin Ahmed has said that around 40,000 body cameras will be purchased for law enforcement agencies to ensure the free and fair conduct of the 13th National Parliamentary election. He made the remarks today while speaking to journalists at the Secretariat after a meeting of the Advisory Council Committee on Government Procurement. The finance advisor said the body cameras would be procured through UNDP for the police to strengthen security at polling centres during the national election. He further said that the Advisory Council Committee on Government Procurement has also approved the upgrade of Chattagram's Shah Amanat International Airport from first grade to second grade, as well as the modernization of the control tower at Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport. Head of Office and UNESCO representative to Bangladesh, Susan Weiss, paid a courtesy call on Information and Broadcasting Advisor Mohammad Mahfouz Alam at the ministry this afternoon. During the meeting, the advisor said the Information and Broadcasting Ministry is working to formulate the Journalism Rights Protection Ordinance based on the recommendations of the Media Reform Commission. Commenting on the upcoming national parliamentary election, he said the government would extend all-out cooperation to ensure that the media can function independently. The information advisor said at present there is no government interference in the media. The government expects a neutral and responsible role from the media. Discussion also took place about the activities of the Bangladesh Press Council, the ministry's initiatives for journalist training and measures to counter rumors and misinformation. Italian ambassador to Bangladesh Antonio Alessandro called on disaster management and relief advisor Farooq Azam at his secretariat office in Dhaka today. During the call-on, they emphasized on mutual cooperation, training and exchange of experiences and agreed to strengthen the long-standing bilateral friendship and relations between the two countries in future. The advisor said Bangladesh considers Italy as an important partner in disaster management and appreciated the Italian proposals for extending cooperation in various areas of disaster management in Bangladesh. He also expressed his willingness to utilize the Italian experiences in tackling earthquake situation in Bangladesh. Disaster Management and Relief Secretary Mohammad Mustafizur Rahman, Deputy Chief of Mission of the Italian Embassy Federico Zimbracli, Director General of the Disaster Management Directorate Rezwanur Rahman and senior officials of the ministry and the embassy were present during the meeting. Election Commission Senior Secretary Akhtar Ahmed has said that ahead of the upcoming national elections, dialogues with stakeholders will begin on 28th of September. He made the announcement today while briefing journalists at the Election Commission building in the capital's Agargaon. Akhtar Ahmed mentioned that National Citizen Party will not be able to use the water lily symbol as it is not included in the list of 115 approved symbols. National Citizen Party will be asked to choose a new symbol after receiving registration, he added. On the occasion of Sharodiyo Durga Puja, the biggest religious festival of the Sanatan community, idol making is underway at temples and puja mandaps across the country. Potters are passing busy days, working day and night to complete the idols. However, the craftsmen are somewhat concerned that the prices of materials have gone up. Even so, organizers, as always, are making sure the celebrations are vibrant and colorful. To prevent any untoward incidents during idol making to immersion, the administration has taken extensive security measures. Law enforcement agencies are already working to ensure security. This year, Durga Puja will have a 3-tier security system, including CCTV cameras. A total of 33,666 puja mandaps across the country will host Durga Puja celebrations this year. Notun Kuri, the popular talent hunt program of Bangladesh television, is returning again in a new format after being closed for 2 decades. The regional auditions for Notun Kuri will start tomorrow across the country with an aim to discover and develop the talents of children and juveniles. Dividing 64 districts of the country in 19 regions, the regional selection will take place from September 24 to 29. Later selection at divisional level, final selection of Dhaka phase, best 10, grooming and final will be held from October to November. In 1976, Notun Kuri began its journey in Bangladesh television, the first talent search program in the subcontinent in the style of a reality show. Moving on to international.